for the people of our nation.
We say respect to our forefathers who paved the way for us.
With admiration, we applaud those who uphold our honor and keep us in good stead.
And we encourage the builders of tomorrow, inspiring growth for a brighter future. A future where we all achieve our goals.
Happy Independence, Barbados!
CBC, celebrating our golden treasure.
Good evening with sports. I'm Anne-Marie Burke. $20,000 will be up for grabs in the World Road Tennis Championships. Minister of Sports Stephen Lashley brought the news during a news conference at the ministry's Sky Mall office in Hackett Hall this morning. The tournament, which serves off at the Spring Memorial School on November the 9th, will have 7 categories. And Minister Lashley says both the men and women will get an equal share of the pie as they compete in the open men and women's categories respectively.
The men's winner will get $20,000. The ladies' winner will also get $20,000. The masters, 50 years and over, which include most of the persons in this room except for me, of course, will get $10,000. The juniors, $3,000. The doubles, $10,000. And in the international category, the men, $5,000, and international ladies, $5,000.
In relation to the venue, Minister Lashley revealed that the facility at the Spring Memorial School is in line for some major upgrades to accommodate the World Championships.
The Springer Auditorium will be transformed into a world-class venue thanks to the collaboration with the National Culture Foundation. And I think it will be very pleasing to the eye to see that arena transform. We believe that this is important because we believe we have a tournament that will be extremely prestigious. And hosting the first such tournament of its kind is really a great opportunity for Barbados to send a message to the rest of the world that we are very proud of this, our indigenous sport.
The World Road Tennis Championships from November 9th to 13th will see players coming in from Jamaica, Dominica, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Guyana and the U.S. among other countries. The West Indies Test squad has drawn their 2-day tour match against the Emirates Cricket Board 11 in Dubai. The Emirates resumed this morning on 56 for 7 in reply to the Windies' first innings of 249 for 6 declared, and they were eventually dismissed for 117, with part-time medium pacer Jonathan Carter taking 4 for 30 and Miguel Cummins 3 for 26. The Windies then declared their second innings on 173 for 7, with Shane Dowrich top scoring with 52 not out. The Emirates ate their second innings were 43 for 1 when the game was called off. The first test against Pakistan starts on October the 13th, while the third and final one international is set for tomorrow. Barbados men just missed out on the automatic qualifying place into round 2 of the FIH Hockey World League set for March of next year in neighboring Trinidad and Tobago. The Bajans played well throughout the qualifying tournament in Salamanca, Mexico. They dropped only 1 game before the semi-final stage where they faced the host before taking on the USA in the big final.
Both Barbados and Mexico had only 1 defeat under their belts, so both teams knew a win was a must to get a finals berth. So the game was intense, and it was 13 minutes into play that host Mexico claimed first dibs. A field goal slotted in by Raimundo Limas made it a 1-0 scoreline. But the Bajans will level the playing field as getting the last save from a penalty corner was Akeem Rudder, so it's 1-1. And then in the 34th minute, again the result of a penalty corner, Neil Franklin in prime position in front of goal slotted home to give the Bajans a 2-1 win and set a date with the USA in the final. So the Bajans were hoping to keep the winning momentum going, but quite early in that finale, 5 minutes to be exact, they were dealt a blow when Paul Singh beat all defenders to slot it home, the USA on the cards. 3 minutes later in the 8th, the captain had free range, and with the Bajan keeper way off his mark, he scored. That was the first of what would be a hat-trick. Manny Martinez then again showed up the Bajan defense as he ricocheted this one off the back of the net in the 13th minute of play. A short corner would give them their 4th. Captain William Holt, the one who converted. And it was shortly after halftime in the 42nd, it was Holt again to complete his hat-trick, the USA for commanding 5-0 lead. 28 minutes left to play and the USA would strike again. The keeper and Barbados captain Andre Boyce is left floored. But you could say the Bajans got a consolation. When veteran Neil Franklin made his penalty count, Barbados had to settle for the silver as the USA won 6-1.
And despite not winning, that was the best result achieved in major international competition in recent times by the Barbados men's team. They'll now have to compete for a place in round 2 in the next scheduled qualifier. The race for the Drivers' Championship in the Barbados Rally Club and the Motoring Club of Barbados 2016 seasons came down to the BRC Winter Sprint doubleheader. And when all handbrakes were drawn, the provisional champion in the Rally Club was Darrell Clark, while the Motoring Club's provisional champion is Josh Reed. The final showdown took to the roads between Churchill St. Lucie and Luke Hill in St. Peter.
It was just before 1 p.m. that the All to Drive for doubleheader between the Barbados Rally Club and Motoring Club of Barbados hit the stages at Churchill and Luke Hill in the north of the island. By the time the dust would be settled, class champions and 2016 champion drivers would be decided. And if the action was anything to go by, the drivers knew it was business time. The two-wheel drive and super modified 2 battle was expected to heat up, and top contenders Dane Skeet, Roger Mears and Josh Reed all came full throttle.
Upon winning,
Darrell Clark, however, was the man leading them into the event with 100 points. He was just one ahead of Neil Corbin, so that was a battle within itself. Who could claim the 2016 champion driver title? 24 cars came on the starters' orders, with all but 2 of the top contenders getting off the start line. The ever-faithful rally fans were out in their numbers, and though it was time that mattered, they were given something to scream about. What's rally without action? Not the best of negotiation skills for Joe Trowland at the crucial hairpin in Mount Gay. He hit the banking on the practice run. And you could say he barely scathed through on this first official run, but he left the spectators bawling. But back to business. It was a double header, so 2 rounds to account for. And round 1 went like this. In 6, Rhett Watson, 1 minute 16.26 seconds. In 5th, Darrell Clark, 1 minute 15.94. In 4th, Roger the Ninja Hill, first off the line but beaten on the course, 1 minute 14.02. In 3rd, Dane Skeet, who rallied under the watchful eye of his father, the big man, the sheriff, 1 minute 14.09. Josh Reed was in 2nd, 1 minute 13.61, and taking round number 1, Roger Mears, 1 minute 13.08. So how would it shape up in round 2? The stakes were high, but when the dust settled, there was a change of guard. But at the top, from 3rd to 6th remained the same. Skeet, Hill, Clark, and Watson. The battle royale that was pursued all season went to the very end, as despite crashing on the second round of round 2, Roger Mears was able to maintain a top 2, but he dropped to 2nd. And it was Josh Reed who claimed the stake at the top in round number 2. It was action to the very end, as the 2016 Speed Event Series took to the road one last time.
A big development for sports in Barbados and the region as the University of the West Indies gets set to launch a faculty of sport. UWA Vice Chancellor Sir Hilary Beckles says UWE will be accepting students in the next academic year. He says a sports faculty has now become critical for the development of sports in the region.
We believe that this Caribbean world is entitled to a faculty of sport, precisely because this is one of our greatest cultural achievements. And the university's time has come to impose upon this culture of excellence and achievement a faculty construct to ensure that we research, we discuss, we narrate, we film, we study medicine, we look at government policy, every aspect of this we are not going to leave to chance. So the Faculty of Sport will come into being in the next academic year.
There will be a wide range of programs and courses on offer under the new sports faculty.
So we already have achievements in sports science, thanks to KFL campus and the sports science program. At Mona, we have sports medicine. We have programs in sports medicine at Mona. We have programs in sports management at St. Augustine campus. And we're going to be offering degrees in every aspect of sports, from management through the biomechanics, the entire pedagogy of sport. We are going to roll out a series of degrees because our young people have a right to those programs, and the public, they have a right also to be confident that this university is standing behind them.
Meanwhile, at the recent inaugural Caribbean Sports Conference at the UW KFL campus, Professor Terry Orlick, who is one of the world's leading authorities on the psychology and excellence and quality living, told the attendees it is time they act on their goals.
D-O-C-I-D-E, do side. You could decide, oh, I'll do that homework tomorrow or the next day, and you never get it done. Or I want to run, but I don't feel like running this morning because it's a little windy. Or just decide, go do it. Don't have a big argument and back and forth in your head. What are you focused on when things are going best? Or with you, with the team, with this operation? I mean, they are centered on right here, right now, what I control. This is what I control. I don't have to think about outcomes or anything else. Has nothing to do with anything. Just focus on what is going to help you take a step forward in the direction you want to go. It's all about focus.
And that's it for sports, but Lisa will be back with the business report.